Interact with doctors, health workers of Varanasi gives new mantra in fight against COVID. First session of 15th Assam Legislative Assembly begins. Bishwajit Daimari elected as new speaker. Army Chief General Manoj Naravane reviews operational readiness and security situation in Northeast. Country observes Anti-Terrorism Day today. And Manipur receives first consignment of 250D type oxygen cylinders. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Monjoy. Now the stories in details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today gave a new mantra of Jahan Bimar Wahi Upchar in the fight against COVID pandemic and said that we have to secure our children from the clutches of this pandemic and get ourselves prepared for this fight. He was interacting with the doctors and paramedical staff and frontline workers of his parliamentary constituency Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh a short while ago. PM Modi said that our fight is against a regular face-changing and cunning virus and we need to prepare ourselves for this. Emphasizing on the need for vaccination, the Prime Minister said that we must get ourselves vaccinated when the turn comes and must make vaccination a collective responsibility. Praising the Varanasi model in fight with the pandemic, the Prime Minister said that everybody in the country is talking about the way the city fought with this pandemic.
अभी हमें बनारस और पूर्वांचल के ग्रामीण इलाकों पर भी बहुत ध्यान देना है और अब मंत्र हमारा क्या होगा? हर व्यवस्था के लिए, हर इकाई के लिए नया मंत्र यही है, जहां बीमार वहीं उपचार.
The three-day session of the Assam Assembly has begun today in Guwahati. This is the first session of the 15th Legislative Assembly. Pro Tem Speaker Pani Bhushan Chaudhary has administered the oath to all the newly elected legislators. Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, who represents Jalukbari Assembly constituency, was the first to take oath. After him, former Chief Minister and BJP legislator from Majuli, Sarbananda Sonowal, took oath. BJP MLA Bishwajit Daimari today has been elected unanimously as the Speaker of the 15th Assam Legislative Assembly. While congratulating the new Speaker, Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma gave a brief introduction of the life history of Bishwajit Daimari that reflected his past filled with various challenges, financial hardships besides many political achievements thereafter. The Chief Minister also is sure to answer possibly all the questions related to his departments and spend maximum time during the Assembly session. Army Chief General Manoj Naravane reviewed operational readiness and security situation in the Northeast. General Naravane arrived at Dimapur, Nagaland yesterday on a two-day visit to review the operational readiness along the northern borders of Arunachal Pradesh and security situation in hinterland of the Northeast. The Army Chief was briefed by Lieutenant General Johnson Matthew, General Officer commanding Spear Corps and the division commanders on the prevailing situation and operational preparedness along the northern borders. He complimented that all ranks for maintaining excellent vigil and exhorted them to stay alert and keep watch on activities along the line of actual control. In Assam, officers and staff of the Assam Secretariat observed Anti-Terrorism Day and took its pledge at the Secretariat premises at Dishpur. Pawan Kumar Borthakur, Additional Chief Secretary, TND and Cultural Affairs Tourism Department, administered the oath. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the day was observed by following social distancing norms while taking the pledge. At Rajiv Bhavan in Guwahati, Assam Pradesh Congress Committee observed the day with holding Shraddhanjali to the former Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi. Nation continues to march strongly on its path of COVID recovery with substantial decrease in total number of active cases. In the past 24 hours, over 3.57 lakh COVID patients successfully recovered from the disease, whereas in the time span, 2,59,591 fresh cases were recorded nationwide. With this, the recovery rate in the country has further improved to stand at 87.25%. The Health Ministry has informed that currently over 30.27 lakh people are reported to be suffering from the viral pandemic and are either hospitalized or are under home isolation. The Health Ministry has informed that 4,209 COVID-related deaths were reported in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative toll to 2,91,331. In the COVID scenario from the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh reports 2,731 active cases, while discharged cases logged 20,339. The tally for the dead is at 89. Assam is saddled with 51,818 active cases, while the cured cases logged at 2,97,902. The dead accounted for 2,507. Reporting 6,904 active cases, Manipur recorded 34,359 cured cases, while the dead tallied at 646. Meghalaya reported 6,477 active cases with a caseload of 20,061 cured cases. The dead accounted for 389. With a caseload of 2,303 active cases, Mizoram logged at 7,407 discharged cases, while the death toll is 30. Nagaland reported 4,519 active cases with 14,520 release cases. The death tallied at 245. Sikkim has a caseload of 3,122 active cases, 8,865 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 217. Lastly, in Tripura, active cases have touched 6,807, while discharged cases logged at 37,097. The dead accounted for 455. Like other states of the country, Manipur state has also geared up to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. On Friday, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh in a tweet said the state has received the first consignment of 250 F-type cylinders out of the order of 2,000 cylinders placed by the government. The cylinders were received at Chilsar today and they will reach state capital Imphal tomorrow. Chief Minister Biren Singh thanked all organizations who have extended helping hands to the state government in containing the COVID-19 pandemic. Some business houses in the state also contributed to the CM's COVID-19 relief fund. 300 oxygen beds and 100 ICU beds will be available for COVID patients within next 10 to 15 days at Downtown University, said Assam Health Minister Keshav Mahanta, as Assam government signed a MOU with Downtown University on Friday. He said this while addressing a press conference at Janata Bhavan in Guwahati on Friday. Mahanta further said that to study the mucormycosis black fungus, committee of 5 HODs of dermatology, ENT, medicine, gastrology and pneumology was formed. Dr. Bahanta Hajarika, professor of pulmonary medicine, while speaking on the sidelines of the press conference, said that black fungus is not contagious and infects only 1 in a million, and the patient with severe diabetes may get it. In Arunachal Pradesh, the state government has made all arrangements to contain the COVID-19 pandemic in the state. On Friday, Chief Minister Pema Khandu chaired monthly cabinet meeting where he directed health department officials to expedite the ongoing door-to-door vaccination, especially in rural areas. Khandu in a tweet said, the cumulative number of coronavirus vaccine doses administered in the state reaches close to 3 lakh. The Arunachal Pradesh government has declared all media persons in the state as frontline workers in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Today is International Tea Day. The day is observed on this particular day in an effort to create awareness about the safe working conditions of tea workers, fair trade and a sustainable environment in which tea is being produced. The Tea Board of India created this day in hope that it will become an official holiday to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. The United Nations General Assembly declared May 21 as International Tea Day. Assam being the largest tea-producing state in the country, the International Tea Day is observed in state's tea-growing areas. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma in a tweet said, Assam continues to work for upgrading lives of tea community who deserves credit for sustaining wonderful industry. At Gogamukh in Dhemaji district, the day is observed at the district's only organic tea garden. In the country, thousands of groups of people and individual citizens have come forward for helping the distressed people during the pandemic. In Mizoram, several ministers have come up to the urgent call of providing healthcare kits and food items to the poorer section of the society. In the similar line, Sports Minister Robert Romavia Roite has set a unique example of charity during the current painful time. Roite today made a payment for the monthly ration quota of all PHH families living in his constituency. He declared that he will bear their expenditure till December this year for the poor rather than through government funds. Today, he has also donated some packets of medical equipment for the COVID care center in Aizawl East. To end the news, the main points once again. PM Modi interacts with doctors, health workers of Varanasi, gives new mantra in fight against COVID. First session of 15th Assam Legislative Assembly begins. Bishwajit Daimari of BJP elected as new speaker. Army Chief General Manoj Naravane reviews operational readiness and security situation in the Northeast. Country observes Anti-Terrorism Day today. And Manipur receives first consignment of 250 D-type oxygen cylinders. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin.